So for lesson 3 of our sandwich shop project, we've got 2 files here. So there's a PowerPoint that will give you some examples and some ideas. You can have a look at that, and then we're going to load up the starting template here. So if you load this one up, and remember that on Windows 10 there's an error with Page Plus, so it will load Page Plus up but not the file, so you need to go back to lesson 3 and double click on there. You should already have these lines on there. If you can't see them, then here there's a button for clean design, and you just bring that up. So this is a 3-panel leaflet, so this is going to be the front, the sort of inside left hand part, and then the inside right hand part. So the first thing that you need to do is get your logo from lesson 1. So if you go back to the folder, go into lesson 1 and open up your company logo. So both of these will be open then in tabs. So on this one, let's just draw a huge box over all of that, make sure it captures everything. I'll group that together. So Ctrl C to copy into your leaflet, Ctrl V to paste that one on. And then once you've done that, you can close the logo down. You don't need to save because it was already saved before. And then let's just resize this one using the corner so that it fits on this front panel. Also inside our project folder, there's this folder here with some pictures in. So if you put them into large icon view, then you can just drop them straight onto your page in Page Plus. So I'm just going to resize this slightly and decide exactly what we're having on the front. So if I take this one, we just drag it, drop it on the page there, and then click, and we can resize. So it might not be a bad idea then on the front to put on maybe some times or something like that you're open. So the easiest way to do that is to use the table tool, and we just draw our table here. So if we think about this then, on our rows we need 1 row for each day that we're going to be open, and we're going to for the columns maybe just a start time and an end time for each day. Okay, so let's just get the case right. Yeah, and so on, and then you can just on these just put in, maybe it's 8 AM to 4 PM, something like that on each of your days. Okay, I'm not going to do that, you can finish that yourself. Good idea if you haven't done yet, by the way, pause the video, get your logo, get the first front picture on, and start with something like that. You don't have to put the times on there, they can go on any page at all. Okay, so it's entirely up to you what you do at each stage. So our next one then would be maybe to put some information about the shop. So what we need to do with this, get the artistic text tool, click on there, and let's put like a side heading. Put that about us. So now then let's find a suitable font. So I want something that's fairly clear. Might put that in bold, and for a side heading let's go for maybe a size 14. So we want to decide exactly what colour we're having that. So if you go over to colour, you want the one there, A with text, and then we can decide what colour we've got. Maybe use some of the colours on your logo. Now for the continuous text, we need a text box. That's here, the text frame. So let's just put that under there. And really that needs to be in a size 12. So again, you can use the same font as before, you can use a slightly different font, and you might want some information about those. So okay, and just sort of give some information about these. Now you might want to just sort of talk about things like the friendly service, where you get your fresh produce from, the sort of sandwiches that you make, something like that. Yeah. When you've done any of this, when you're going to have some more information, what you want to then do is highlight those, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste them. So that means then that you're keeping the same font and the same size. Now I may just take that one away and delete it, but on this Okay, so where to find us, and what you could do is just go online and search for a map of the area, or a map showing the area, and take a screen print of that, put it in here. Yeah. Good idea to keep saving your work as you go along at each stage as well. Okay. You might also want a list of sandwiches. So again, a table is a good way of doing that. So just put as there. What we might do is copy that side heading as well, and our sandwiches. So if we think about this then, so the rows, we're going to need one for each sandwich plus a title one at the top. So we're going to have the sandwich, and we might have the price in there as well. Okay, so yeah, and then you just work your way down. Now what you can do then is highlight these and just make those a little bit bigger. Size 14. If you click the handle, you can change the font of all of that so that you're using the same fonts throughout your leaflet. Yeah. Got some of the other pictures on there, so you might want to put some of those on. Just pictures of other things that you sell. You might actually do another section of the table, something like that, on drinks. Okay. Something again, like I said before, about your produce. What's going to make your shop stand out from all of the others? Yeah. So is it that you get your ingredients from a local farm shop? Is it that all of yours is organic? Maybe your shop only does vegetarian sandwiches. Yeah. There's all sorts of things as a selling point, but try and come up with some of those. And again, just try and get some pictures in there. They don't all have to be absolutely huge pictures. Yeah. So we can always just resize some of them just so that you've got some of them there to try and get people to come to your shop. Another very important one is to also make sure, as well as the where to find us, you want to maybe put an address there. You might want to put a phone number. That's something that you may wish to put on the very front of your leaflet, that we actually maybe have the phone number so that people can phone up telephone orders or something like that. Remember to keep saving as you go. Okay. If you do get a picture off the internet, when you paste it in, you need to go paste special. Okay, and I think it will come up as a bitmap or something like that. That's the one that you're going to need to paste in. Save before you do that, because sometimes if it goes wrong, it can crash the program.